Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss how we can create and use AI models in Databricks. First, we will discuss what are the different types of model servings we can create in Databricks, like foundation APIs and external models. And then we will discuss how we can interact with those models using UI and via programming. And then we will do a hands-on exercise where we will create these models and then we will query them using various types. So first we will discuss what are the different types of AI models we can create. So the types can be from two perspectives. One is based on the capabilities of the models and or it can be based on the type of serving Databricks is providing. So depending on the model capabilities, the model can be of type chat, where it can understand and engage in the natural multi-turn conversations, like we do conversation with the chat GPT or Gemini. This is an example of the model which is available, which is GPT OSS, which is this OpenAI GPT model, which is open source now. Second type, it is the vision type, which can process and analyze visual data like image and videos. And Cloud Sonnet 4 is one such model which can do it. And the third type is reasoning models, which can simulate human-like logical thinking. They can understand our requirement, and depending on that, they can uh, do some logical thinking and then decide what can be the next steps or what shall be the decision taken given the provided details. And the fourth type, it is embeddings model, which can transform data, which can be text or images or videos, into numerical vectors, which can be used later on for semantic search kind of scenarios. And GTE large EM, this is one of the embeddings model, which is frequently used in Databricks. So these are the four types of models which we can create, and how we can create such model uh, is like two different types available. So some of the models Databricks provide them out of the box, which are uh, available within Databricks without any additional steps. Those are called foundation models. And the foundation models examples are like OpenAI GPT OSS, Google Gemma, MetaLlama, and Anthropic Claude Sonnet 4. Like that, we have these various models. And whichever models are like not directly available, so most of the models available in market can be configured in Databricks, and after configuration those can be used as similar way as foundation models, and the configurations can be done for any of these providers, which are like OpenAI, Anthropic, Cohere, Amazon Bedrock, and many more. We can even configure our custom models as well. And after we create the models, then these are the various types we can interact with those models. For a quick check or trying out, we have a playground with the UI where we can interact with them. And then we can directly interact with them using REST API use in any programming language, which doesn't require any additional libraries. And then we can also interact with them using OpenAI client, which is a library provided by OpenAI, and it is very widely used not only with the OpenAI, like almost all the famous models or companies, they provide compatibility with OpenAI SDK. So this is the most widely used way of interacting with models. We will see it in a demo as well. And Databricks provides a very simplified way of interacting the models using a direct SQL function, where we can directly interact with them in a SQL query, which we will see. And other than these methods, there are other methods as well, like MLflow deployment SDK. If we want to use these models in the typical ML model way, for the people who are familiar with the data science stuff, so they can use this SDK. And Databricks, they also provide their own SDK to interact with these models as well. And LangChain is another library which is supported in Databricks. We can use this to interact with these models as well. So now we will jump to the hands-on exercise where we will look at the foundation models first, which are available out of the box. Then we will see how we can create an external model using OpenAI. And then we will play around using these models in the playground UI. And then we will query these in VS Code programmatically as well. So let's move on to the hands-on exercise now. So this is my Databricks workspace. And if we see here, so this is the AI and ML section available in Databricks. And all the models which are available, we can see in the serving section. So these are called as serving endpoints. And these are the models which are available out of the box. We don't need to do anything to use them. We can just go ahead and just interact with them directly. So let's say this is one of the model, which is the Meta Llama 3.1. If we want to use this model, so we can simply click use and we will be able to interact with them. So let's say if I tell it, let's say tell me something about AI. So it is able to like respond immediately without any delay. So this UI, it is called as playground in Databricks. If you see, we have come to this second option. Here we can interact with whatever models are available. So this is the model I used. We can switch between models and we can interact with these using this playground UI. So this is how the foundation models are available out of the box, and in using them, we just need to like uh, go to the UI and use them or write a program. We don't need any setup step for them. Next, coming to the external model. So then we those kind of models we need to configure them first in Databricks. So now we will configure a OpenAI model in Databricks. So for that, I'm going to the OpenAI website. For that, we will need a API key from OpenAI. So this is the URL where we can create our own API keys. So I can give it any name, select the default project, and just create this key. So this is how this key is created. And if I go back here, so here we get this option as create serving endpoint. So as a name, we can give it any name, but I will give it GPT-5 Nano because that's the model I'm going to connect. And here we can select what kind of entity we want to create it. So we want to create foundation model and we want to create it from OpenAI. So we have selected that. Then it provides these additional options. So we are going to use OpenAI. There are OpenAI, it has integration with Azure as well, but we are using directly OpenAI. Here we need to paste the key and we need to mention the example, the name of the model which we are going to connect. So this is one of the model provided by OpenAI, and we can go ahead and create this. Oh, looks like this task is also required. So it is asking like which type of task we are going to create. So we are going to chat with that model. After that, we can create this. So that's it. That's how is easy it is to integrate any external model. Now this model, it is also like ready to use. If we see at the serving screen now, so this is how it appears now. It is created by myself and we can now use it like any other model. So if I click on this use, so same way we can use it like let's say tell me something about AI. So same way it will respond. So as we can see, it is providing the similar output, but in a different way, whatever it thinks, which is more detailed than what we saw in the Llama output. So this is how we can use external models within Databricks and within this UI. Now we will see how we can interact with these models programmatically. So first we will see how we can query these models directly using SQL. So SQL, I'm going to directly in the SQL editor, and as you can see, I have written a SQL query already. So this is the function which is provided out of the box by Databricks AI query. In this function, it takes two parameters. Let's say the name of the model or the serving that we are going to use, and then what is the information that we need. So this will directly go as input to the model, and if I simply run this, so it will send this request or this data to the model, and then it will return the response as a SQL output. So this is how easy it is to use these models within Databricks. Uh, this is the simplest example. We can even use this to uh, query the tables. Whenever we are querying any table, we can mix it with the column names and let's say try to translate any column, classify any column. There are various ways to use this further, but this is the simplest example we can use. So next we will move on how we can use it programmatically. So I have created this code in the VS Code, and I have set up my environment already. So first I'm going to import these libraries which are directly available within Python, and we will be interacting with these models using two ways. One using the direct Python API, and then we will be using the OpenAI SDK that I was talking about. And then using that SDK, we will also interact with the external model as well. So first we are going ahead with this simple Python API based query. So these are the libraries we have imported now. And then to connect it with our Databricks workspace, it needs a Databricks token. So now let me show you how we can create that token. I'm back in my Databricks workspace. We go to the profile icon, then we go to settings. Within settings, we get this developer option, and then we see this section access tokens. If we go to manage and we create a token, and we can specify how many days it shall be valid. So this is how easily it is generated. I can copy it, and then in my code I have configured a environment variable, so this is where I need to use it. After saving it, now I will be able to run this code. So this code, what it will do is it will load the environment variable, then it will get that Databricks token and store it in a variable. So if I run it, it is saying me that Databricks access token is available now to use. And in this cell, we will interact with the one of the model there. So here, this is the URL for the Meta Llama. So as you can see, this URL, it is directly copied from the Databricks workspace from the model serving. If I go to the serving, and if I go to the model, open any of the model, so then to get that particular URL, this is how we get this URL. We can simply use this URL in our code and use it. And as we can see, apart from this URL, it also takes the Databricks token as a bearer token. This is the content type of our post request that we are going to make. And then we are also going to send the data as well in the JSON format. So this is the standard structure how the models take the input. So it takes a message which is a list of multiple entries, and one such entry, it is the like for the user role. So the role is user, and the content, this is the question we are going to ask. So let's ask it like how the world can be a better place. Let's see how creative it is and what kind of reply it provides. And this max token, it is what is the maximum token which we want in the output. This controls how lengthy our output can be. And after configuring all these things, then we simply use the Python requests library and make a post call. We send the URL, the headers we created, and the JSON data. And then we will print what response we are getting. So the code is running. Maybe it will take a few seconds. Yes, it is done now. So as we can see, it provide the response in a specific JSON structure with the model, the choices. So this is a multi-level JSON structure which is provides, and the response from the model, it is always present in the this path for all the responses. So we go to the choices section, like we here. Then this is a list, and we always pick the first entry. From that entry, we pick up the message key, and within the message key, we pick up the content where we get the actual response. So let me print the response from the uh, AI model and remove the other part. So this is how we have got the response. And as you can see, this is in the markdown language, which is the standard way of providing output by AI models. And we can display this in the proper markdown language using this library. So in this cell, I'm simply displaying the same output in the markdown language. So it has provided these different perspectives, like to make the world a better place, we shall do some social improvements, economic advancements, and all those. So this is how we have interacted with the foundation model using Python API without using any additional AI specific libraries. So this is how simple and easy it is to interact with these models. Next, we are going to see how we can interact with these models using OpenAI SDK. So that's where I have uh, already installed these libraries, and I'm going to use the OpenAI library here. These are the various imports that I'm going to do here. And after doing these imports, this part is same, where we can interact with, where we have configured our Databricks token in our environment variable, and we get that. And after that, this is how we interact with this now. So as you can see, this is small code as compared to our previous API based code. And that's the power of this OpenAI SDK. It makes it very simple to use, and it provided more modular way to interact with LLMs. And in future, when we use various tools and we do hands off between the agents and all, so that's where it has lot of built-in functionalities. So that's where this OpenAI SDK, it is very famous, very easy to use, and a really like nice stuff. So this is how like it works. We pass it a Databricks token as the API key. In the URL, we pass the base URL this time. This is our workspace URL of Databricks, and then we mention the serving endpoints. That's it. So in the URL, we don't mention the model which we are going to interact with. The model part we need to pass in this separate call. So this is a standard way of interacting with the model, like client.chat.completions.create. It takes a model name as input, and it takes that standard message like we provided in the previous step as well, where role is user, the content is same, next token is also the same. So this is how we interact with these model using OpenAI SDK. So it will take a couple of seconds to return the response. And after we get the response, let's first print the raw response. So as you can see, this time we have not received directly the JSON formatted string as a output, but it is a object of chat completion that we have received. So this is a specific structure which is built in by the OpenAI SDK. And overall structure, it is similar, like within the response, we have these choices, and we take the first choice. From that, we take the message and the content, and then we print. So this is how we have got similar output, this time slightly different. This is in the markdown language, and if we want to show it in the proper markdown, then we can show it using this library. So this is our final output, and this is how we can interact with these models using OpenAI SDK. So far we have interacted with the foundation models that we have created. And next we will see how we can connect with the external models which we created. So if you can recall, we created the GPT-5 nano model. So that's the one we are going to interact programmatically here. So the program, it is exactly same, and code wise, like we don't need any change. It is just the name of the model. So instead of the foundation model name, we can just put the name of the external model which we created, and that's it. That's the only like change we need. So the same code, it works both foundation and external models without any change, and that's the power of Databricks, how easy it is to interact with all the various models using the same way. And while interacting, especially with GPT-5, what I noticed is the like it has some specific requirement about max tokens. With the 1,000 tokens, like in the Llama model, it provide a blank output. So with 5,000 tokens only, it works. So now it has made that call response. It is very similar to what we had got previously. And if you want to see the actual content, so this is the content it has provided in the simple markdown. And if you parse this markdown and show it in the proper way, so this is how we get the response. So this is how we can interact with all these models within Databricks. So I hope you can got the idea. So today we knew how we can create these models, how we can interact with these models using various ways. So that's it for today. Thanks everyone.